Good morning, grade 7. How are you today? I hope you are all doing well. Today we will complete our previous lesson, extreme weather conditions, and we will talk about simple present passive voice. Now, first, let's talk about the simple present verb. What is a simple present verb? It is any verb that used to describe daily routines, habits, and scientific facts. For example, I sleep early every day. Sometimes she helps her mother. Water boils at 100 centigrade. My mother keeps some ice cubes in the fridge. These sentences are all passive. Why? Because we have a subject. And of course, we have a verb and an object. Now, in any active sentence, we should have the following subject, verb, and object. And sometimes we might need another object, but I will not go deeply into this. So again, an active sentence has a subject, verb, and object. Like, let's say, my mother keeps some ice cubes in the fridge. My mother is the subject, keeps is the verb, some ice cubes is the object. Okay? Now, how can we change an active sentence into a passive one? First, in a passive voice, we should write the following for the present tense: is, am, or are, and of course it depends on the object, plus past participle, plus by, and the subject. Now, keep in mind that sometimes we need to mention the subject and sometimes we don't need, so it depends. Now here we have an example. She reads a book every day before she sleeps. Now she is a subject, reads is a verb, a book is the object. Now the first step that you have to do is to write the object in the beginning. Okay, so a book, then add is, am, or are, plus verb 3 or the past participle. Now because a book here is singular, we used is, and reads here gonna be read. Okay, so a book is read every day by her. She will be what? I will replace she and write a subjective pronoun, and it will be her. Now let's go back to the book. The use of English. The present, simple, active, and passive. Now I will read the box for you. In scientific and technical writing, the passive is often used. This is because we focus on the action, not the person or the thing that does the action. So the most important thing here is the action itself, not the doer of the action. So that's why most people in scientific fact writings and when we talk about technical things, we always use the simple present passive voice. Now here we have an example for an active sentence in the present tense. As the Earth's oceans become warmer, more moisture evaporates in the air. Now another one in the passive: the atmosphere is made of gases. Some of these are called greenhouse gases. Okay, now if you revise, I think we talked about the simple past passive voice maybe in the first semester, so you can go back because both of them have the same rule, but in with some changes in the tenses. Now let's move to question number 4. Complete the sentences using the present simple. Put on verb in the active and one in the passive. So when water, number 1, sounds are made when objects vibrate. So made was changed into are made, and vibrate was used in the simple present tense. So now let's move to number 2. When water heat to 100 Celsius, what's gonna happen? Now look at number 2. When water, now because water is singular, we have to use is. Then, what is the past participle of heat? It is heated. So when water is heated, it boils. Number 3, when water, again, water is singular, so that's why we have to use is. And the past participle of heat is heated. So when water is heated, it evaporates. 4, water become ice when it cool. Water is singular, okay? That's why we have to use the simple present noun. Water becomes ice when it, yes, when it is cooled to 0 Celsius. Number 5, a liquid evaporates into a gas when it is heated. And when metals here are what? Plural, so that's why we will use are. So when metals are heated, they expand. We don't add s to the plural verbs. Okay, now I will move to question 4 in the activity book, and I will do it with you, okay, instead of having a worksheet, because this question is enough for you. So let me read number 1 for you. In Brazil, sugar cane is used for making fuel. Number 2, the sun's rays. Now rays here is what? Rays is plural, so we have to use are, okay, and the past participle of reflect is reflected. So the answer of number 2 is are reflected. Now 3, too much heat, okay, is kept. Why here is used? Because heat is singular like water, okay? So too much heat is kept. Kept is the past participle of keep. Temperature is measured. Why we used is? Because temperature is singular and the past participle of measure is measured. So temperature is measured in degrees Celsius. Number 5, some street signs. Now signs here are plural, so we have to use are, and the past participle of power is powered, so the answer is are powered. Number 6, energy can produce from sun, and because energy can't be produced by itself, it needs somebody to produce it, so we cannot say can produced. It is wrong, because after can and after models we have to use infinitive verbs, so that's why we have to add be after can. So energy can be produced from the sun, wind and water. 7, lights should switch off when they not need. Now lights and should, here there's no relationship between singular subject or plural subject and should, okay? Lights should, and because we have to use infinitive verbs after should and models as well, we cannot say should switched off, so it's gonna be what? Lights should be switched off when they are not needed.